Good Thursday evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, a part of the Digital Sim Sports Network in our live coverage of the SimWrapMarket.com Mighty Midget Series, round number 4, Lucas Oil Speedway. Watching David Gregorian have a couple of issues as we come in the intro here. Let's switch over and watch this other guy here. He's pretty quick, too. He one of only 2 drivers to have won a race this season. 3 weeks, 6 races. Brendan Rogers has picked up 5 of those 6, including 2 full night sweeps. Hadn't had a sweep in about 14 weeks, spanning a couple of seasons. Rogers comes in on night 1, sweeps, then splits with Mr. Brandon on night 2, sweeps last week, and then says, you know what, I could take a vacation, I need a week off, I don't know, maybe I don't like Missouri, I'm not sure what happened, but he does not appear to be here tonight. 2 or 3 drivers that are missing for different reasons, but not in attendance, so we'll go without him, and we'll keep our eyes on several of these guys, as that's going to open up the field for drivers to pick up wins. I do not see Craig Silby. I know Brendan Rogers is not here. I am trying to figure out who else we're missing, but there's 3 or 4 guys that I'm pretty sure should be here that aren't. So we'll probably figure it out as the night goes. I dropped into the drivers' meeting, or the pits where they were having a drivers' meeting a few minutes ago, and they were wrapping that up when I was going in there anyway. So 2 great shows tonight right here. First one, no qualifying, random draw for the heat races. They will run it out. We will invert about 5-6 cars in the feature. They'll do that as they roll off the grid. And then we'll kick a 40-lap feature tonight here. And then we'll turn right around, work the track, reset everything, come in, qualifying, top 6 qualifiers locked in. Little LCQ for the final starting spots in the feature, and we'll run another 40-lap feature. So 2 distinctly different shows. These guys really enjoy that format, and it has produced some very, very good racing. So just a minute or 2 left in this practice session. That'll give us time to look at our points. Brendan Rogers, obviously, with the 5 wins, he's got a 45-point lead over David Krikorian. And he has a 79-point lead over that driver that just exited the Speedway right there, Bo Brandon. Josh Gerlach, 116 points back. And Garrett Boyd is 124 points back. These guys starting to clear the track. They're getting ready for qualifying. There's the 93 of Reed Brochart. If we take a look, and I'm hoping it don't pop up right over top of the screen here, because it usually does. Oh, it will not. It'll go right back where it was supposed to go. Very good. We'll look at our Ironman standings. All of the races for 2024 being counted up in here, and Craig Silby with a 52-point lead over David Krikorian. Bo Brandon, 56 back. Josh Gerlach, 82, and Garrett Boyd, 141, the top 5 in the Ironman. That is the season long. If there is one of the championships that you really want to win in this one, that's the one, the Ironman. You want to get the Ironman championship. The individual season championships are fantastic, and everybody wants to win one, but to the man, if you ask these guys, they're going to race the whole year and try to get the Ironman. It was decided by, I think, 5 or 7 points in 2023, and it came down to the last race on the last night. So when you think about all the races they run 20 a season, so they run about 80 races and came down to the last race. So, hello, Mr. Bill. See you in the chat. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. We always love to interact as much as we can with you. If for some reason we just suddenly just go off the air, guys, you know one of 2 things happened. The tornado sucked me up, or the 75-plus mile-an-hour winds huffed and puffed and blew the house down. So we're going through some nonsense outside. Mother Nature's a crazy broad, and, well, you know, when she gets mad, things happen. So, all right, that is going to do it for the warm-up session. We're going to divide these drivers up to a couple of heat races. Our first one is going to roll out. It'll look like this. It's going to be the 98 of Brett Wagner on the pole. He'll have that guy we were talking about, The 49 of Bo Brandon on his outside. Wayne Anelski, the 13 car, row 2 to the inside with the 88 of Riley Scott in that same row. Then your third row, Billy Barros, former champ. He starts inside at row 3, and he has Reed Brochart, multi-time podium finisher, and was on a streak of podium finishes there for a long time. He starts outside of row number 3, and shotgun on the field. Well, that's the 37 car of Austin Motley. Let's see, Motley just now rolling it off. He has different paint on this week. All these guys keep changing their paint, trying to confuse an old man, and it's working. So we're going to get the pace truck out of the way. We're going to get ready to fire these guys up. You can see that whole field rolling by. Get ourselves back to the front and get a good camera angle so you can see what's going on out here. But heat number 1 about to commence. Oh, that was weird. Ooh, that is crazy weird. All right, let's reset that. But the green flag is out. There we go. Much, much, much better. And off the top side of turn number 2, driver of the 49 car, Bo Brandon. Oh, boy, this is going to hurt. Left front tire almost knocked completely off that 98 car. He's going to have to run around on 3 wheels, it looks like. That thing barely doing anything for him. But Brandon 1 second out in front already. Brochart used the mishap from Wagoner to get up there on the outside and grab second. Now we got to run. Riley Scott's going to make a bid to take third away in the heat. Wagoner back by into, but outside line just got a lot of momentum right now. Everybody's seeing that as Anelski moves to the top side. Right up by the fluff way at the back, Billy Barros. Barros is usually pretty handy everywhere we go, but tonight looks like, especially in this heat race, he is struggling mightily in that 38 car. Go back up front, and he still maintains 1 full second. Bo Brandon, 49 car. Good line, good exit. Yeah, he's keeping it right in the middle. There's a lot of smooth, tacky track right there. And he is taking full advantage of that. Oh, got a little out of shape there. Almost clipped the tire. That'll close things down to about 0.3 of a second as Brochart got a great run on the mistake. Into 3 and 4, nearly able to reach out and touch him. White flag coming out. Top 2, 1.2 seconds out in front of the third place car. Is it over? Can Brandon hang on, or does Brochart have one last surge right here? Tries to make the run. It's not going to be enough. Bo Brandon will win heat 1. Brochart, Scott, Wagoner, Anelski, Barros, and Motley. A good ways back, but he does finish, spins it around, gets it to a stop. So, heat 1 in the books. We'll get down here, see how close we can get. And we'll show you the lineup for our second heat race. Be the 21 of Garrett Boyd. On the pole, he'll have the 81 of Mike Geppert next to him. Your second row on the inside, David Krikorian, second in the points. He'll start third in his heat race, and he'll have the 71 of Josh Gerlach on his outside. Your third row is going to be the 28 of Bobby Yankee inside, Robert Lynn in the 2 car on the outside, and Kurt Vincent in the 19 car. Starting way, way back, and I think he and Bobby Yankee are going to share a little chrome real quick before they roll off. There's the Digital Sim Sports Network, number 21 of Garrett Boyd. Pole position for his heat race. Talked to him earlier today, said, yeah, I don't know about this place. I can't figure it out, so we'll see what he does here. Needs to get himself a good starting spot. All right, out of 4, pace truck is already gone, just waiting. Boyd. Right at the cone on the throttle. Good line through 1 and 2. The battle's going to be for second. Krikorian up beside Gephardt already. Gerlach trying to make a move from the 4 spot back here. He went from the outside to the inside and just didn't have enough momentum. Get a lot done. He's going to stay on the bottom. Krikorian up to second. Gerlach now working on his way into third, but there's a lot of action right there around that. He mistakes it down in 4. I don't think he was able to get in the throttle where he needed to. Gebhardt takes a spot back, and now that moves Gerlach into a 4-car battle for the 4 spot. We got 5 guys. Oh, boy, that was contact there. Robert Lynn. There goes Kurt Vincent. He clipped the tire. No cautions for your heat races, so he'll just ejecto changeo, head for the pits, and that'll be that. But out front, Boyd hanging on at least temporarily. Krikorian trying to close in. Krikorian, steady Eddie every single night, just waits for everything to kind of come to him. He had a good run in 2. Now he's got a good run into 3. Can he make something happen out of 4? Almost dead alongside. Drag racing here on the oval. They are just side by side. Neither driver with a clear advantage. Now Boyd gets a good run out of 4. Sees the 2 to go signal. The battle behind that is still hot. Yonke on the outside. Gerlach was on the inside. Now Gerlach goes to the middle. Gebhardt goes to the bottom. Gebhardt has 3rd. He's trying to hang on as we go past the white flag. Yonke's going to go top shelf. Went from 5th, now up to the 4 spot. Does he have anything at all? It looks like, oh, Krikorian almost hit the tires. That puts Boyd in the winner's circle. Krikorian 2nd, Gebhardt 3rd, Yonke, Gerlach, Lynn finishing things up with Vincent already in the pits early. So, top 2 from each one. We're definitely in that redraw. We'll see what they do when they roll it off here in just a little bit. These guys are going to have a few minutes to work the track a little. Lights coming on. The guys roam around for a little while. Let's see if there's anybody around to talk to. Riley Scott, you got a copy. Riley Scott. Riley Scott, you there?
Yep.
All right, man, you've been out there for the heat races. You turned the lights on. What does the track look like, and what's the 88 going to be like when we get ready to go feature racing?
Well, I just took a 2-week hiatus from my computer because I've been working on my IRL sprint car. I'm just hoping I can hang on. Track feels really good, so that's a plus.
Yeah, this place is kind of tricky anyway, but these little midgets with those tires sticking out down there on the bottom, are you going to try to steer clear of them, or are you just going to get down there and catfish it all night?
I'm hoping to kind of stick middle to top, but I'm a bottom feeder, so if it comes to it, that's where I'll be.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there in the feature. Thanks for chatting with us. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you when this first one's over.
Thank you.
It's Riley Scott. He drives the 88 car. Okay. We're going to run us a short session here. I'm trying to get all the information from race control on this deal. They're going to give us a short session here. They want to get just a little bit of the track worked out because it's pretty warm here tonight. 78 degrees, humidity's about right. I don't know. They don't seem that warm to me. Hopefully they'll blow the track out a little. We can get a couple lines of racing. So that'll do it for the warm-up session. We'll get ready to roll these guys out here. We'll grid them up. It's going to look a lot like this until they roll off, and then they'll probably mess the whole thing up. Just saying. Brandon and Boyd, the 2 heat winners, and they're probably going to drop a couple rows back. Brochart, Krikorian are supposed to be row 2. They're probably going to be row 1 or row 3. Riley Scott and Mike Gepper. That's where we're going to see something that's going to change probably. Row 4 is going to stay the same. That's going to be Wagner and Yankee. And then the 5th row on back, Anelski and Gerlach, Barros and Lynn, and Motley and Vincent. What we'll see is a move here in those front 6. They'll go single file. That'll tell us the order as soon as they announce it to the drivers. They'll start shifting around. See what the redraw number was, if they tell me. They do. 21 and the 49 on the front row. The 66 and the 93 will be at row 2. Everybody else stayed the same. So we shuffle 4 cars. And Garrett Boyd will have a pole position for tonight's race. We'll see what he can parlay that into. He's got a fast guy on his outside. He'll have a fast guy right behind him and a fast guy on the outside of that row. And then a bunch of guys that have not won behind that. And, man, I'll tell you what. There's some hungry guys in here. And with the current points leader out tonight, that's going to shape some things up. No number 11 in the field tonight, Jay. Hey, did you ever get that shirt, my man? Did you ever get your shirt from Beers, Wisconsin? I need you to message me on Facebook. You need to message me directly on Facebook, buddy. All right, this should get us double filed up. We're going to get ready to go to the green flag. Pole sitter will officially start the race when we come out of turn number 4, and then it'll be 40 times around. Green flag officially out over session number 1. SimRapMarket.com Mighty Midget Series. Lucas Oil for round number 4, and Boyd will lead him into 3 and 4. Will he have the lead coming out? That's the question. Krikorian went low. Brandon went to the middle. Boyd led the lap. Brandon came out second. Krikorian falling back. Brochart still 4th. Riley Scott, we talked to him during that warm-up session. He moves up to the 5th spot. This lap around, different leader. That's the 49 car of Bo Brandon. He is catfishing the bottom, working it. Boyd was telling me something about wanting to run down on the bottom. Just don't see it right now. This time, Brandon throws the slider deep into turn 4. He'll grab the spot. Got enough momentum. Boyd is doing a good job up on the top side of keeping that car right behind Mr. Brandon. Brandon's got him better than 3 and 4. Victorian's still 3rd. Brochart 4th. Scott 5th. Yankee. And it is a pack of cars behind that. Gerlach is 7th. Barros is 8th. Gebert 9th. Anelski 10th. Then Motley, Wagner, Lynn, and Vincent. Everybody's still in a pack from about 5th on back. Spread out 2 and 3 wide. Trying to get through the corners. And I'll tell you what, Garrett Boyd is not letting Bo Brandon get away from him. Up on the top side, it's only quarter second. That's only a handful of car lengths. Brochart now has worked his way around Krikorian and up to the 3rd spot. Spread out around to the track about half a lap between your leaders and lap traffic. I don't know if we'll be able to get there. We stay green, they may get into lap traffic. That could drastically change everything. Still working on, yeah, message me, man. Message me. Send me one on Messenger or something. I don't care if you go to the page and just message me through the Facebook page. That's fine. Just let me know it's you. Bo Brandon Catfishing the bottom, starting to stretch it out now, out to about 0.4 of a second. He is running that little slider line there in 3 and 4. He goes in, puts his left side tires down on that white strip below the dirt right there, right where the tires should be. And then just lets the car drift out to the middle right here. Just goes in, left side tire. He didn't get down as low this time as he has in laps past. Reed Brochart trying to make up half a second. Get into the battle, move up a little higher on the podium. Krikorian second in the points and running fourth on the track, and Riley Scott has kind of got him dialed in right here, and Riley Scott's making a little bit of effort to get to him. Don't know that he's making inroads on it, but he is definitely driving the car for everything it's got. They've got a pretty good gap over Billy Barros. Barros is up 5 spots from the start right now, sitting in hard charger position. Oh, car backwards? No, maybe not. Maybe he just slid from me. I thought he was going around backwards. Last car going by the flag stand. They were already down in 3 and 4, so lap traffic could become an issue. Caution for the first time. Brett Wagoner in trouble in the 98 car, and I'm going to bet he's going to clip a tire here somewhere down here in turns 3 and 4. Yeah, left front. And that little spinaroonie right there is not going to go unnoticed. So we'll slow things down. That'll probably eliminate the possibility of getting to lap traffic in this one. And that might have been a little bit of a game changer. But Brandon Boyd, Brochart, Krikorian, Scott, Barros, Yonke, Gerlach, Gebhardt, Adelski, Motley, Lynn, Vincent, and Wagoner. How they run right now. Almost to the halfway point. Just about 3 laps shy of that. Pace truck's out of the way up there in turn 2. That means that Mr. Brandon will get us started down here somewhere in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And Boyd trying to time him up. Missed it by a little bit. He may have a challenger. Reed Brochart. Look to the inside. Wasn't enough there. Now will Brochart go slider? He does not. Brochart was a little slow through 3 and 4. David Krikorian saw what Garrett Boyd was doing. He's going to follow in the tire tracks. It's working. Caution, 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 caution. Riley Scott, Billy Barros, I think, are going to have a moment right here. That's the 2 red cars in the center, 66 and the 88, or 38 and the 88, I'm sorry. Yep. Looked like Riley Scott just didn't go when Billy Barros was ready to go. Bumpy bump, spinny spin, and we'll get that all straightened out, get the order reset. Going to be 21 laps to go still. This is only session 1 if you're just tuning in. Session 2 is a lot different. Session 2 is a qualifying session where the top 6 lock in. Everybody else races for their final starting spot in the A main, and then we go out and run them heads up. No inverts, no nothing, just run them heads up for the second feature. So, Brandon on the restart. Brochart had given up that 3rd spot to Krikorian. Krikorian used the top in 3 and 4. He may get it again if he can get the run he got the last time. Man, he closed right up on Boyd, had to check the car down. Boyd was a little slow getting through turns 3 and 4 up there. Now Krikorian past Brochart. Now he's going to focus on the driver in front of him. They're running the same line, so I don't know how that's going to work out yet. And now Brochart trying to go up to the top as Gerlach was following in Krikorian's tire tracks. I mean, literally was in his tire tracks. got it shut down on him. Only guy making the bottom work, well, he drives the 49 car and he always makes the bottom work. There we go with that left front tire getting down on that flat spot. 17 laps to go. Boyd still second. Krikorian closing in on from third. Brochard is fourth. Gerlach gave up the top, went to the bottom. He's going to try to make it work. Little slow through 3 and 4, and I'll tell you that momentum on the outside of 3 and 4, those guys are able to keep the car wound up. Guys on the bottom have to just wait for it through that slick area right in the middle of turn 4, and it just eats up every advantage that you can gain everywhere else. They were he was outside of it that time. So Brannon coming around, 14 to go. He is flying in 1 1/4 seconds now, and he's running that little modified slider. Krikorian has lost some ground to Boyd. Brochard and Gerlach have held on to him, so the third place spot still up for grabs. Everybody wants to be on that podium. Go a little deeper in the field. Barros back here in the A spot. Wayne Anelski right in front of him. Anelski having a good run. He's closing in on Yankee, who went up over the berm, got on the flat at the top of the track, and lost some ground. Now we'll move back closer to the front. 11 to go. Looks like Krikorian very slowly starting to reel Boyd back in. He's giving up just running the top side. Brochard stays there in 1 and 2. Brochard between Krikorian and Gerlach. Bo Brannon driving away. 9 to go. 2.2 seconds. Clicking off laps, 16 flat now. Getting around here. We were in the 14.8 range when we first started practice earlier, so the track has slowed down dramatically. Brannon, Boyd, and Krikorian, 1, 2, 3. And Krikorian has reeled in Garrett Boyd. He went to the bottom for a little while. That wasn't working. Now he's going back to the top. And he's right there. He needs Boyd to have a slip so he can take an advantage to give by. Oh, he slips. Loses a lot of ground. Boyd slips and gives it all right back. Krikorian slipped on entry. Boyd slipped on exit. And they're going to end up nose to tail, almost touching again. We're inside 5 to go, 4 to go for the leader coming out of 4 already. We're watching second, third, and fourth. Boyd, Krikorian, and Brochard. That time Krikorian slipped over into the fluff on out of 2, lost about 8 car lengths. Just wants that right rear tire to be right where it's a dart right there, so he can have some grip. If you go too far, it gets flat. It transitions to flat up above that, and that'll really get the car out of shape. You got to slow down. So we're inside 2 to go. Brannon, 3 1/4 seconds. He is just gone. He's out of here. He's not waiting for anything or anyone as he's coming around. He'll get the white flag. Boyd and Krikorian now close. We know Brandon's got it in hand. No mistakes from him. He'll win it with ease. That time Krikorian way out of shape. That should settle it. He hits the tire on the inside. Coming around for the checks, Bo Brannon will win feature number 1. Garrett Boyd second. Reed Brochard will come home third. Then Yankee in fourth and Barros in fifth. So we'll get the boys to bring them around here on the front stretch, top 3. We'll talk to them before we let them head off to session number 2. All right, let's start moving them around. Well, there's Garrett. He comes in. Brandon is here. And there's Mr. Brochart. Move him, and then let's grab him and move him again. Reed Brochart, you got a copy?
I got a copy, Roger.
All right, man. Well, we're back on the podium again. Changed the paint a little bit on the 93 car. It seems to be working.
Yeah, feels good to be back up here. I ended up missing quite a few races the tail end of last year, and my teammate David Krikorian, he hooked it up with a new scheme coming back, and it feels good to get it on the podium.
Yeah, it looked like it was really kind of around the top, and you were trying to kind of use a little bit different line, not following everybody's tire tracks there, but you had to really work to get that 3rd spot.
Yeah, it was a great battle up front. It was a bummer what happened to DK there on the last couple laps, but yeah, myself and Garrett and DK, we were having a good battle up there, and yeah, you kind of just had to sail it, carry a lot of momentum into the corner, and kind of back off a little bit to make sure you weren't spinning the tires off the corner. But it was a fun racetrack. I kind of wasn't sure what to expect with this kind of a track, just the way it's laid out, but it ended up being a good show. I hope it was fun watching it.
Well, it was pretty good. Only a couple of cautions, and they were really just for, close quarters racing. So it made it fun for the fans, I'm sure. Give me some shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you head over to session number 2.
Thank you, Roger. First off, I got to shout out the B team, my teammates there, and I got to thank Josh and Robert for putting this on, and you as well, Roger, for all the work you put into the streams. It's very much appreciated.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session 2, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you, Roger.
Reed Brochart finishing in 3rd. And now we'll get a guy that I swear he told me he wasn't sure about this place earlier in the day. Comes in here and he starts on the pole, leads a few laps, and puts up a hell of a battle. Comes home second. Garrett Boyd, what changed?
I don't know. It's a stroke of luck for once and getting the start up front and being able to try to maintain track position instead of trying to claw my way up probably helped a lot. And I kind of meshed well with this racetrack and this car.
It looked like you really stayed married to the top, and I remember talking about if the bottom goes away or doesn't go away, and it looked like you were kind of leading a whole pack of guys that were trying to run the top.
Yeah, and a couple times I tried to go to the bottom, they got really loud behind me, so I knew that was the wrong decision. I don't know what Bo was finding down there, but he was finding something, and he was able to just kind of run away from us there after that last caution.
Yeah, you hung there tight for a little while, and then he starts inching away, where you just kind of focusing then on making sure you came home second.
Yeah, after he started to pull away, it was just maintain the gap that I had back to Krikorian, but I think something happened to him on the last lap.
Yeah, clipped the tire down in turn number 2. He went to the bottom. I think he was going to try to see if he could do a Bo Brandon and get a big run off of 2, and he clipped the tire there about the second to the last one. So, what an awesome run to start things off, man. You got some expectations for session 2?
I don't know. Not really fast in the sense. I'm just maybe really good at maintaining. So, hopefully we can get a good qualifying spot and maintain.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs before we let you get out of here.
I got to shout out to DSSN, Simrap Market for putting this on, and then Josh for putting this on. It's always a fun league to come and run.
All right, man. We'll see you in session 2. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Garrett Boyd. He finishes second in session number 1, and now there's only 2 drivers that have picked up wins in the series. One guy has 4. The other now has 2, but Bo Brandon, you found something on the bottom nobody else was finding. Are we going to have to take that car apart?
I hope not. I mean, it's all legal in my book. So, yeah, the bottom, at least in 1 and 2, just never went away. It was just juiced up the whole race. I was actually surprised. I knew it was going to be good early. I didn't think it was going to last all 40 laps. I don't know. I guess not a lot of other guys were running it down there. But the launch that I could get out of 2 was that's where I was getting all of my time. And 3 and 4, I feel like I was pretty even with the guys behind me, but I guess they were not running the bottom in 1 and 2. So, yeah, I've always had good success here. I actually had some pretty high expectations for myself. Expected a podium or two tonight, and glad to get it done.
Yeah, it looked like really there was a couple of guys that were trying, but nobody was able to get it as smooth. Tell me about that little left wheel hang down there in 3 and 4, getting it down there on that kind of paved area.
Yeah, it's more just like the slider line. If you hit it just right, I'm getting kind of the juice on the very bottom, and if I have to hang the left front on top of the pavement there, just to get the rear tires into the juice, and then slide up through the slick, and then connect to the juice at the top, then that's the way it works. So if you don't hit the embankment with the left rear, you can float the left front tire out on that pavement section, because it dips down a good 6-8 inches there. And if you're able to hit it just right, which is easier than it looks coming off a straightaway, you got the whole straightaway to kind of aim it exactly how you want it, and then that slider line works. But I actually don't think that corner I was that much faster than I know Garrett loves to rip the top. I know Billy was probably ripping the top for that whole race, and I was probably not that much faster on that end than those two guys running that slider line. But it's what I'm comfortable doing here, and it worked.
Well, we hadn't had a sweep in 14-ish weeks, and then Rogers comes in, sweeps night 1. You split with him in night 2. He sweeps last week. Are you gonna try to get that sweep tonight, or can we see the 49 car on top of the podium again?
I'm definitely gonna try. Last season we were here, I picked up a win, and I was leading race 2, and I think I got some net code contact that kind of put me into the back. So I felt like I lost a sweep last year, at least a chance at a sweep last year. So I'm definitely going for it. I mean, I'm not putting it up on the trailer tonight.
All right, man. Well, give me a couple shout-outs before we let you head for session number 2.
Yeah, Variix.com, mighty good marketing. Thanks my wife. My parents, if they're watching, I know they're on babysitting duty, but if they're watching, shout out to them. Shout out to you, Roger. Shout out to Josh and Robert. I called you Robert, didn't I? Did I call you Robert or Roger?
No,
thanks to both of Roger and to Robert. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks to both of them for the roles they put in.
Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the win. We'll see if you can put the sweep together in race number 2.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon picking up the win. It's now 5 wins to 2. We've had 7 races, so 5 wins to 2. I don't know if it's a friendly competition between the two of them or not, but I know they're keeping track. So 5-2 now. So let's take a look at the results. Brandon Boyd and Brochard 1, 2, 3. Yonke 3rd, Barros 4th, and Nelski 5th. Gebhardt 6th. Scott in Gebhardt was 7th. I'm sorry. Scott in 8th. Krikorian was 9th after running 3rd almost the whole race. Clipped that tire down there, spun the car out, and comes home 9th. Robert Lynn in 10th. Vincent Motley, Wagner, and Gerlach rounded things out. I don't know how Gerlach ended up 2 laps down. We completely missed whatever happened to him, but he ended up 2 laps down. So, race 1 in the books. We are not going to go anywhere, folks. All I am going to do is I am going to clear my screens. You're going to get to look at our lovely logo, just like that. And we are going to put on some tunes. And when we come back, session number 2 will be in practice, and we'll get ready to go for the quicks.
Has ended.
There you go. We're getting kicked out of the server already. So, enjoy some Reed Foley, and we will be back in just a couple minutes.
Girl, I love the way you look at me, and though I've seen it many times, when I hear you whisper, baby, please, wanna show you what you mean to me. So darling, just take my hand. I just wanna be your man. I just wanna be your man. Another Saturday, drinking through my salary. Half cigarette burning in the ashtray. It goes up in smoke like you and me. And not the thing that it used to be. I saw you out again, posting stories with your friend. Well, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that late night last call. It might have been the full moon shining in the night sky. And it might have been our song playing on the radio station when you turn it down. All those melodies were bringing back the memories of your kiss on my lips. Told me why you missed me. Must have been something in the whiskey. I probably shouldn't keep holding on to you and me. You probably shouldn't be riding in my Chevy seat. Sliding closer, coming over for a couple drinks. Same thing that we did last week. You take my hand in yours, pull me through the bedroom door. Here we go again, jumping back in like
All right, we've made it into session number 2. We made it back from the restroom as well. I'm sure that was an overshare. Looks like we did not. We only picked up a driver because the announcer is an idiot and clicked the wrong button when he entered the server. That's why we're going to have a 15th car show up. But I agree with you, Rod. It's always more fun when all the top guys are here. So, still good racing. We haven't seen bad racing at all. A lot of fun. I'm getting grief now.
whenever there's a full moon shining in the night sky. When you hear our song playing on the radio station and you turn it down. All of those melodies start bringing back memories. But your kiss on my
Trying to talk to race control. Let them know we're ready to fire off session number 2. A little different than session number 1 if you're just joining us. They will run a qualifying session. Top 6. Locked right in to tonight's feature. Everybody else will go to the LCQ. They will race for their final starting spot. They're all going to make it. Just going to depend on where you're going to fire off. Drivers will start rolling onto the Speedway momentarily. We'll try to watch as many of them as we can. If your favorite driver doesn't get on during qualifying, don't worry. We try to pan the camera through the whole field and show everybody at least one time a night. We don't intentionally try to leave people out. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're just waiting. Qualifying. Oh, you know what? We're not going to get to see qualifying because I told you before. Driver entered as a driver, didn't enter as a spectator. So you won't see any drivers in qualifying because I messed up my entry. Yankee, 1490. Barros, 1493 officially. 92 on the scoring pylon. Brochart, Scott, Boyd, Wagner, Nelson, Vincent. Oh, I know Bo Brandon has got to be ready to roll out there. Top 6 get locked in. So right now, Brett Wagner. There goes Bo Brandon, 14.74. My God, he blew him away. He almost had 2 cents of a second on the field. So that'll move Garrett Boyd onto the hot seat with about 4 cars to go. Lynn Gebhardt, Krikorian has yet to go. There's another one moving up. Gerlach goes second quick, and that puts Riley Scott. Riley Scott gets bumped immediately because David Krikorian goes second quick and moves Gerlach and everybody else down. So now Reed Brochart is going to be your hot seat driver. Ooh, Gebhardt almost bumped him out of there. 3 100s. That's all it would have taken. Robert Lynn, no qualifying attempt as of yet. Gebhardt not going to get it done, it looks like. So Brandon, Krikorian, Gerlach, Yonke, Barros, and Brochart will be the first 3 rows. Everybody else, well, they're going to race 10 laps, 12 laps. They're going to race 12 laps, and they're going to find out what their final starting spot is in this feature. I guess Robert Lynn is just going to tail in Charlie Bolte, LCQ, and, well, I say and. I don't know. He may not in the feature, but no qualifying time for him. So we will not make this. We don't normally make that mistake and enter as a driver. So we definitely won't make that mistake next week so we can watch qualifying because it's kind of fun watching some of these guys take qualifying. But Brandon won the first session. He is quickest in the second session's actual qualifying. So he won his heat race in the first session too. So we're going to move on. We are going to do our LCQ. Everybody is transferring through. Nobody's getting left out. And let's go take a look at our starting lineup. For our LCQ, it'll be the 81 of Gebhardt on the pole. Riley Scott in the 88 on the outside. 21 of Boyd, row 2 to the inside next to Brett Wagner in the 98. Wayne Anelski's 13 car, row 3. He has the inside line. Austin Motley, the 37, outside. And then the 19 of Vincent and the 2 of Lynn inside and out on the 4th row. Tell you, I guess he rolled out there. Yeah, he's out there. Robert Lynn's out there. I was going to say he didn't roll out, but he did make it. A little different paint. We are used to seeing a little brighter colors on that 2 car. Kind of toned it down for us. So let's get ready to kick our LCQ off right here. Green flag in the air.
Green flag.
Gebhardt grabbing the lead. Boyd off the bottom may say, excuse me, sir, and he wheels him out of the way. Oh, car backwards. Cars with Nelski and Lynn are in a crash. Then Austin Motley spins out in 4th, so we went from 8 to 5. Gebhardt, Boyd, Scott, Wagner, and Vincent are those first 5. Motley got it spun around. He's going again, and Nelski continuing on. Robert Lynn took it straight out of the Speedway. So we'll get up here. We're going to watch a little action at the front. Gebhardt, the 81 car, sliding in. He's finding a little bite right there in the middle. Kind of driving it down the hill. Almost diamonding these corners. Oh, Garrett Boyd finds the tire in the inside of turn 2. He caught... Who did he? He caught Riley Scott with that. And so Scott spins out as well. So, war of attrition in session 2. Gebhardt now with 3 seconds over Brett Wagner. And then Kurt Vincent behind that. Motley got around everybody. He's back up to 4th. Anelski and Scott. Boyd, he just took it to the trailer, said we'll just get her ready for the feature and start at the back. So Garrett Boyd, Robert Lynn will be our back row for our feature. Going to come around with 4 to go. Gebhardt about 2.75 seconds out in front of Kurt Vincent. Vincent is running that high line. We saw that work in the first feature. Looks like it might be working again. He is just chopping that lead now. He's cut down about 7/10, 8/10 of a second already. I think it's all of Geppert in this one. He'll have the fourth row inside to himself. He can maintain this for one more lap, but the lead is only 2 seconds now. Vincent's still second. Wagoner close third there. But Mike Geppert going to win the LCQ. He'll start fourth in tonight's seventh in tonight's A main. Excuse me. Then Kurt Vincent will start on his outside. Wagoner and Motley the next row. Anelski and Scott going to be the next row behind that. And then Boyd and Lynn in the final row. So the field is set. All that's left now is that 40-lap A main. Little warm-up session. These guys are going to get 2 minutes out here to try to work the rest of the track in. Drivers already on the Speedway. Barros out there getting a few laps in. See Bo Brandon. Seeing if Brandon can grab the broom and sweep tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Keep the chat going. Let us know if you're enjoying yourself. If you're on Facebook, Kurt Racing Network's Facebook page. Like, share, and follow. YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. No shows the rest of this week. Sunday night, we'll start it all over again. MARS, Beards-Consson Pavement Late Model Series, wrapping up their season at the mile, the Milwaukee Mile. Qualifying in a 100-lap feature. Championship to be decided. Monday night is an always up-in-the-air thing until DSRL gets back going. We may or may not have some coverage on Monday night. Tuesday night Short Track Showdown Series. A couple races left in that series. Off on Wednesday and then back here next Thursday for round 5 of this series. About to get the session advanced. Guys are working in the track. Some guys are trying to figure out the top. Some guys are trying to see if there's something at the bottom. I'm positive we're going to have cars all over this racetrack during this feature. Should be a fun one nonetheless. Session going to advance. And now we can officially get ready for our starting grid with the invert. Reed Brochart, the 93 car, will start on pole, and he'll have the 38 of Billy Barros on his outside. Bobby Youngke, 28 car, has a row 2 to the inside with Josh Gerlach and the 71 on his outside. And then your 2 quickest qualifiers, the 66 of Dave Krikorian, second in qualifying, right next to the 49 of Bo Brannon, who was your quickest in the qualifying session. Then everybody that came in out of our LCQ, Geppert and Vincent in row number 4. Row 5 is Wagoner and Motley. Anelski and Scott in row number 6. And the final row for the final race of the evening, the 21 of Garrett Boyd inside, the 2 of Robert Lynn on the outside. That makes up our 14-car field. 40 laps. Pace truck already out of the way. That means we're going green in turn number 4. And Reed Brochart finished 3rd in the first feature. We'll have the pole position. We'll see if he can parlay that into a win and break up the sweep for Bo Brandon. I think that's going to be tough to do. Brandon is so fast here. But a green flag in the air. And we're seeing that little slider line already. Bo Brandon go to the inside. No, he did not. That was Krikorian that made it 3 wide in turn number 2. Tries to do it out of 4. Brandon gets to the outside. Gerlach goes by. Yankee goes by. And Brandon trying to go to the top side. He's going to have the 5th spot coming out of 4. Brochart and Barros. Tiny gap back to Yankee. Gerlach up to 4th. Brandon going after Gerlach. Gerlach goes to the bottom. Brandon goes to the top. This might be easy pickings for Bo Brandon. Not that time by. This time out of 2, top looks like it's pretty good getting out of the corner now. Brandon going to go top shelf. Takes the spot away. Gerlach back to 5th. Krikorian now 6th, and he's going up to the top. Now Gerlach goes to the top in 3 and 4. Through the middle goes Krikorian. Here comes Austin Motley off the top of 4. Takes the spot away from Kurt Vincent. They're side by side behind that. Riley Scott, Mike Geppert. Adelski in 11th. Wagoner. Boyd is 13th and Lynn 14th. Boyd finished 2nd in feature number 1. He is mired back in the pack and just cannot find momentum to come forward. But the battle's heating up. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now. Barros, Yankee, Brandon, and they were spread across the track pretty good. Brandon's trying to make that bottom work again, and it didn't work that time for him. Brochart with not a big lead. You can see the top 4 right there. Bo Brandon trying to go to the bottom and work on something down there like he was in the first session. Slider line's not working for him. Everybody figured out that the top was pretty fast. Brandon with that slider again. He's going right back to that line in 3 and 4 that he likes so much. 1 and 2, he's keeping it pinned on the bottom. Not quite the launch that he wants, but if he can hit that slider, oh, he missed the entry that time. He can hit that slider line. He really gets around the corner a long ways before he comes up the track down here in 3 and 4. Trying to get the car set, goes in the middle. Top 3 getting closer and closer together. 4th place, hanging on. We're clicking the laps off pretty quickly here. Barros took a peek to the inside. Now goes slider. Can he get a launch out of 2 on the bottom? Could be a drag race if he can make the bottom in 3 and 4 work, and I don't think it's going to. Brochart with enough of a run keeps the lead just barely. This time Barros puts the slider up in front of the 93 car. Now he'll have the top line down here in 3 and 4. And he is going to go right on by, and he may take Yankee with him. Brandon now making the bottom work, starting to reel the guys back in. He's got that slider line working down in 3 and 4 again, and Brochart's doing the same thing. But Yankee's got the high side, the momentum, and he goes to 2nd. Top 4 have broken away. From 4th to 5th, it's a full straightaway. And that battle is David Krikorian on the high side, Josh Gerlach on the bottom. Barros, the leader, getting hounded by Yankee. We're already creeping in on halfway, just a couple more laps, and we'll be there. That time, Brandon, slider line on Brochart. Brochart going to try to come back at him down here in 1 and 2. He had him right there. Will Brochart throw the slider down here? He doesn't do it. He goes to the middle, keeps it stuck in the middle, and that momentum is going to give Bo Brandon the 3rd position. Yankee slipped out of 4, lost about 10 car lengths to Barros. David Krikorian now has cleared Josh Gerlach, and he is trying to reel in the front 4. Cars spread halfway around the speedway. Robert Lynn, the last of those, in 13th. Brett Wagner's already taken the 98 car off the racing surface and into the pits. Now Barrow starting to stretch away a little bit. Quickest car on the track the last time by, 5th place, David Krikorian. So Krikorian starting to reel the boys in. Krikorian out of shape out of 4, but keeps it going forward. Got 3 seconds to make up to get to the lead. Bo Brannon, slider line in 3 and 4. He is not making up ground on the 28 of Yankee. Session 2 not going the same way Session 1 went for the driver of the 49 car right now. He's mired in 3rd and not making forward progress. This time closes up, slider line. When he rolled off the throttle, opened the gap right back up. Barrows holding serve out in front. Now, there comes Brannon with the launch out of 2. Bo Brennan, the bottom starting to come back to him down in 1 and 2. Here comes the launch off the bottom. Caution for the first time. And Nelski and Vincent maybe having a problem. We'll go down here. We'll watch the 13 and the 19 right in front of him. Little hot getting in right front to left rear. That'll do it. Vincent got in a little under. I'm trying to figure out what's happening at the front here because where is Billy Barrows? Slow on the front stretch. That's where Billy Barrows. He's waiting for everybody to catch up. Pace truck going to get out of the way. Quick caution here. We'll have 12 to go. We go back to it. And now Brandon is there. Barrows enjoys no gap. Brandon has started to get the bottom working again. Billy Barrows off the top. 2 seasons ago, these two battled until the very last lap of the very last race on the very last night to determine the champion. And now, Barrows and Brandon one more time. That time, Brandon got good run off the bottom of turn 4. Almost pulled alongside. Barrows tried to close the slider line entry, and I think that's what's going to cost him the lead right here as he got into no man's land down there. Brandon is hooking the car around the bottom. He just drove it out of 4 as good as he's been driving it out of 2 all night long, and he figured something out on the very bottom. Gerlach now up to 5th as Krikorian is making a bid to get back in the top 3. That time Yankee slid the car in front. Krikorian gave him a shot in the pants. He didn't like getting the door closed that late on exit. It opened the door for Gerlach as those two are going to go back at it. Now we got a 3-car battle for the final podium spot. Yankee, Gerlach, and Krikorian. Brandon driving away, already 2 1/4 seconds out in front. Barrows is still second. That group behind is reeling him in, though. Big slider. That was Austin Motley that came from nowhere. Oh, Gephardt clips a tire, and we're going to have a caution. It may have been Gephardt that I saw come flying in there. It was Gephardt. He flew it in there, missed everybody, missed everything. Gave the spot right back, and then goes down into 1 and 2 and clips the first tire. And that'll make it very difficult to drive the car. So, we're going to settle things down. It was getting pretty heated right there for that 3rd spot. Brandon Barrows, Yankee, Gerlach, Krikorian, Brochart, Scott, Motley, Boyd, Vincent, Anelski, and Gephardt still driving that thing. I'm sure it's fun to drive with that left front wobbling all around like it was. So a 6-lap shootout. 2 seconds, 2.25 seconds erased the lead that Brandon had, and he really was finding something on the bottom at both ends. I don't know if anybody else was paying attention to that, but it might be worth investigating if you want to go up here and try to keep this guy from finding a broom tonight.
Green flag.
Back underway, 7 laps remaining. I thought we were going to have 6. Everybody in the front 4 went to the bottom. Gerlach got a run on Yankee. Pulls alongside. He'll take it in, pitch it sideways. Can he get the drive on exit? Not quite enough, but he may have it down here in 1 and 2. Finds a little something on the bottom, but Yankee found a great drive coming out of 2 in the middle that time. Gerlach just not keeping it down on the bottom like Brandon is. Bo Brennan is taking it right down as low as you can go. Both ends of the track, and he is just driving away from these guys. Lets it roll through the center. Picks the throttle up off the bottom. Barrow still second. Yankee third for now. Gerlach is fourth. And Krikorian fifth. It'll be 3 to go this time by. Already a 1.5 seconds. Bo Brennan just driving away from these guys. This will help him get back in the hunt. 2 wins in the same night, a sweep, a lot of points when the points leader isn't here. 2 laps to go, the signal from the starter's stand. Now Barros under fire from Yankee. Yankee's found what Brandon's doing, and he might make this work into a second tonight as he's going to slide around Barros. White flag coming out. Krikorian now has gotten around Gerlach for the 4th spot. Yankee, can he get the launch on the backstretch? Barros got a good run through 1 and 2. Can he do it in 3 and 4? Brandon sweeps tonight at Lucas Oil. Who's going to be second? Barros. Then Yankee, Krikorian, and Gerlach. So awesome racing all night long. Bo Brandon, consistent. 2 first place finishes tonight. Barros. Here's Brandon. Where is Bobby Yankee? I usually see him in the chat. There he is. He popped in right there. So we'll grab the 3rd place finisher. And we'll talk to the driver of the 28 machine. Bobby Yankee, hard fought 3rd place tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
It looked like you and Gerlach and Krikorian were all having a heck of a battle there. Even though we got it interrupted by a caution, you guys went right back after each other.
Yeah, the top 5 guys, we were really running close together. I got into DK a little bit on the front stretch there, but didn't mean to, but glad we got a good finish tonight.
Yeah, it looked like a completely different track in the 2nd session than we had in the 1st. Can you confirm that?
Oh, yeah, the track was way more slick in the 2nd session. I felt good going into tonight. Lucas Oil race is a bit more like a asphalt track, in my opinion. More focused on just hitting your marks and racing the track.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're going to come home with a podium in session number 2. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, I appreciate CVR for giving me this rocket ship here tonight, Traffic Jam Speed Shop, and then Josh and you for putting this all together.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Thank you.
Bobby Yankee finishing in 3rd. And now we'll talk to the guy he's familiar battling with that 49 car. He led a lot of it, but that dude snuck right up on him. Billy Barros, did you let one get away?
Yeah, I was just talking to Bo. I knew it was a matter of time. Just inevitable when the bottom comes in and he's up front, he's going to get past you. I felt good, had a lot of fun battling Reed. Had a really good battle with Bobby at the end there. Congratulations to him for getting 3rd place. But yeah, just kind of doing my thing, running where I was comfortable. Started to explore. It wasn't working, so just settled in where I thought was fast and more than happy with 2nd place.
We had not a substantial, but you had a pretty good lead before the caution. When everything closed up and you looked at the relative, you saw a 49 car, a little go through your head?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I was saying, once he's on the back, yeah, especially here, especially when that bottom's coming fast, it's just inevitable that it's going to be a battle or he's going to walk away. And as soon as he got past, I just had nothing for him.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless, man. Looks like you're maybe trying to get back into the form you had a couple of seasons ago. We expect some more good things out of the 38 as we roll along here.
Absolutely. Been feeling good lately. Had a couple of good tracks. Still a little irritated with myself for that first feature. I spun Riley out and didn't mean to do that, but thought I had good pace coming through the field. It just didn't work out, so hopefully I can keep this momentum moving forward.
All right, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a great run in session number 2.
Yeah, thank you as always, Roger, for the broadcast. Love going back and watching these. Really appreciate what you do. Thanks to Josh and Robert for putting this thing together every week, and congratulations again to Bo for the win, for the sweep.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll see you next Thursday night.
Yeah, thanks, Roger.
Billy Barros finishing in second. Now we're going to move on. Well, they got the brooms out. They cleaned the car up a little bit already, swept the front stretch off so he didn't have to stand in too much mud. Bo, Brandon, you figured out the bottom again.
Yeah, that felt good. Man, the top was just hooked up for a long time. I think the humidity was like at 100%, so the track just held together for way longer than I was anticipating. I kind of thought it would go back to about what we had in the first feature, and I was dead wrong on that. The guys on the top were just good, and it was probably that caution that really helped me. I think the caution blew off the top, and I was able to roll around on the bottom and get the job done. But yeah, can't complain about a sweep. That feels really good. I feel a little bit redeemed from last season when I was so close to sweeping here. So yeah, very good night for the 49 car.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to help with the points leader being out. It's definitely going to help in the points, get you a lot closer. Now, if/when he comes back next week, are we ready to see a rivalry between the 20 and the 49 for the rest of the season?
I mean, there's only 2 guys in the win column. I know that doesn't make for the most exciting races all the time, but I mean, maybe it does. I don't know. Every time he's been on the track, he's been faster than me. So 2 of these wins tonight, yeah, I'll happily take them. This is still a very tough field, and I think I drove a pretty good race or 2 tonight. So I'm not complaining, and it's still well earned. But that guy is at another level, and yeah, pretty much every other time he's been on the track, he's been pretty dominating. So it feels good to get a sweep, though. I'll have to start. I think we both have to start in the back of the next one. We both have a hot shoe. So
yeah, the 2 hot shoes are going to the back. That should make it pretty exciting watching you guys come to the front, especially together.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So.
All right, man. Well, give me your shout-outs, your thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a great night of racing.
Thanks. It's Varix.com for all your e-commerce needs. Mighty Good Marketing, Dirt Racing Network, Mighty Midget Series, and the Netcode Esports brand. Quick shout out to SimRab Market for sponsoring everything we do here. They're a great organization to get some iRacing paints, and yeah, looking forward to next week already.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a couple of great wins, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the back of the field, at least for the first show next week.
Yeah.
See what you can do from back there.
I'll see. I don't know what track we're at. What track are we at next week?
You are going to be a Weed Sport.
Oh, boy.
Got to be one of your favorites.
That is, oh man, that's a tight track. There's a lot of walls just kind of jut out from all angles.
There's walls everywhere at that place.
There's walls everywhere at that place. Yeah, so that's gonna be an interesting one.
All right, man. Well, we'll look forward to seeing what you can do coming from the back next week, man.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon sweeping tonight. Let's take a look real quick at our feature number 2 official finishing order. Brandon Barros and Yankee 1, 2, 3. Bobby Yankee getting on the podium. Good job, driver 28. Krikorian 4th, Gerlach 5th, Brochart 6th, Garrett Boyd. I think he's hard charger in race number 2. Picked up 6 spots. Started inside the last row. Yeah, started 13th. And he comes to 7th. Riley Scott 8th. Austin Motley 9th. Kurt Vincent 10th. Wayne Adelski 11th. Mike Gebert 12th. Brett Wagner in the 13th spot, and Robert Lind rounding out the field. So a couple another couple of great races from this group. Always fun to watch these guys. Can't wait till the entire field is back next week and watch those two guys that are kind of the only guys that have won, so they've got to be battling in the points. We'll see what that looks like next week when we come back. But they both have to start at the tail end of the first feature, no matter what, because Hot Shoe is tail end Charlie here if you win 2 in a row. So that'll be exciting to watch those two and see where they can get to, see if Rogers can get back on a streak or if Bo Brandon can continue the streak. 3 in a row is the streak right now to beat, and Brandon's got to win the next one to try to get that streak broken and at least hold that for a while. So, racing over. Week over. Guys, don't forget about Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tune in for Mars. It'll be a 100-lap feature on the pavement, but those guys always do a good job. It's a lot of fun. The last one was pretty interesting. They did this last season. It was pretty interesting. The pit strategy played into it at the end. Hoping the driver of the 21 car remembers that. Other than that, another full week next week, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. We'll keep moving on, keep putting races up. But we want to thank you for tuning in. Without you guys, there's no reason to do this. Without all the great leagues, there's nothing for us to cover. So we thank everybody there. Till we see you guys the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Make sure you keep it dirty.